Hi, everyone. Welcome to Data Toboggan. I'm Kim Manis, VP of Product for Microsoft Fabric and Power BI, and I'm here to give you a whirlwind tour of Microsoft Fabric and analytics in the era of AI. One of the questions I get asked all the time is, why did we build Microsoft Fabric? And really, generative AI, it's changing the world, but every organization is scrambling to build AI into their data estate and figure out how to get their data in a place that they can really take advantage of it. But it's complex. There are tons of offerings in the market, tons of products when it comes to data and AI, and each of these little icons is a choice that customers need to make. And manually integrating all these products together is hard. Every one of these lines, every one of these boxes means ETL from one product to the other, managing cost, managing licensing, managing security over and over and over again. And all these different products create silos everywhere, making it really hard to take advantage of AI because the AI doesn't have access to all the data in the system. And, we talk to chief information officers and they say, I don't want to be the chief integration officer. They feel like they're spending all their time connecting these tools together rather than getting to the work of analytics. And they really want help unleashing AI in their data estate. And so that's where Microsoft Fabric comes in. And Microsoft Fabric will give you the whirlwind tour in a couple parts. And the first is that it's a complete analytics platform. And we've delivered a single product that gives you everything you need to build an analytics solution, all the way starting from the data lake and data integration, all the way through data engineering, data warehousing, data science, real-time, all the way to the business user connecting that data in Power BI or in Office. And it's delivered as a SaaS solution, so you don't have to spend all your time connecting these tools together. They're built together on a unified platform. And then it's about our lake-centric and open architecture. And this is the heart of Microsoft Fabric. And this common SaaS data lake, known as One Lake, really allows data to be accessible by all compute engines. And because it's in an open format, it's really easy for you to work with the data, regardless of which engine you use, regardless of which tools you're using, you're not locked in. And then, of course, it's about empowering every business user to make sure all the data that is prepared and structured and ready for consumption is actually consumed by the people who need it when and where they need it. And then it's about AI powered. We've designed this platform for AI from the ground up, and we'll talk about how you can get started with Copilot and Microsoft Fabric today. So this is Microsoft Fabric, and let's go through each of the sections and I'll give you a quick tour and you'll learn a ton about it during Data Toboggan. So I'll give you the whirlwind tour to get you excited about what you're about to learn today. And so I'm going to start with the complete analytics platform. And I always like to use a metaphor when talking about Microsoft Fabric. I like to compare it to Microsoft Office. Think about Office, Word, PowerPoint, Excel. This is a suite of productivity tools, each optimized for a job to be done, whether it's building a spreadsheet or building a PowerPoint presentation. But they share common elements, common foundation, whether it's how you store files in SharePoint and OneDrive, how you govern, how you manage security, how you manage access. All of these things are shared, right? So think about Microsoft Fabric as a suite of analytics tools, whether it's data integration, data science, business intelligence. Each of these experiences is optimized for the job to be done, but they share common elements, whether it's onboarding, user experience, workspace collaboration, single storage format, security model, governance and compliance, administration. All of these things are shared across the platform, making it even easier for your folks to just get to the work they need to do, as opposed to managing all this stuff around the software. They can just get to the analytics. And when we talk about a unified SaaS platform, this means a couple things. The first is what we call 5x5. This stands for 5 seconds to sign up, 5 minutes to wow. How quickly can we get you in the product and how quickly can we make you successful? But it's more than that. It's also success by default once you're really in it and using it in production. Minimal knobs and dials to get started, automatically optimizing for performance as you go, automatically integrating between the workloads. And then centralized administration, allowing central teams to manage governance, security, and compliance so that the data practitioners doing the work don't need to worry about these pieces, but you can trust that all of those things are established and set up and governed exactly the way you need them. And then from a user perspective, you get persona optimized experiences. So whether you're a data scientist or a data warehousing practitioner or a business intelligence user, you get the experience that's optimized for you, for the artifacts you need to create, for the work that you need to get done. And now we're going to jump to our lake-centric and open architecture. And the heart of this is OneLake. And OneLake is the OneDrive for data. This is a single SaaS data lake for the entire organization that's provisioned automatically with the tenant. So, think about what file sharing was like before OneDrive came along. It was a super manual process with FTP servers and cryptic URLs and manual usernames and passwords. And then OneDrive came along, and now you just type somebody's name in Word, and you guys are co-authoring, and you can just get to work. You don't need to know how the file is governed, where it's stored, what cloud it's in. You can just get to work. And so that's really what OneLake is all about. And the really powerful thing here is it allows for true separation of compute and storage because we've standardized on open format Delta Parquet. This allows every engine to store the data in OneLake and access all the other data as needed. So whether you're landing the data using Spark or Data Factory, or maybe you're using T-SQL in a data warehouse to land the data in OneLake, maybe you have real-time streaming data coming in with KQL, even Power BI's analysis services engine. All of these engines leverage the same open formats of Delta Parquet, which means you can use the data with any engine. It becomes what tool do you want to use to get the job done? Do you want to tell a story in PowerPoint? Do you want to tell a story in Word? Do you want to write SQL code? Do you want to write Python code? Do you want to use Power BI to explore the data? It's really up to you. And then One Security makes it real because regardless of which engine, which user is accessing it, you can centrally secure that data so that people are only working on the data they have access to. And we know that OneLake is new, right? There's not a lot of data in OneLake yet. And so how do we make it easy for users to bring all the data into OneLake without having to do a lot of migration work and move the data, manage it, ETL it? And that's where shortcuts come in. And shortcuts allow you to create pointers to the data. That data might be in OneLake already and you're creating pointers to new projects. It might be in Azure ADLS Gen 2. It might even be in another cloud with Amazon S3 or Google Cloud. Either way, we allow you to use shortcuts to point to the data and create this virtualization layer where you're not moving the data. And it's a true multi-cloud data lake where from a user perspective, they can just navigate around the data, use the data they need. They don't need to worry about where it's stored because the shortcut experience really makes it feel native to the rest of the platform. And then I'm going to jump to how we empower every business user. And the heart of this is what we call the OneLake Data Hub. And this gives you access to everything in your organization that you have access to. So you can go find and discover and explore data. You can learn more about each data source, who's using it, what reports are built off of it, when was it last refreshed. You can see the lineage. You can quickly explore the data on the fly. And this data hub is accessible not only in Microsoft Fabric and Power BI, it's also accessible in Teams, in OneDrive and SharePoint, in Outlook, in Excel. Everywhere users get their work done, they can access this data hub. So this is really powerful for actually making sure that the data gets in the hands of the right people at the right time when they're making decisions. And finally, it's AI powered. And I know you guys have all heard a lot about Copilot, and we'll probably go into it during the sessions here today. But one thing I really wanted to highlight is that Copilot Preview is now available to all customers with a premium or Fabric capacity. So I just wanted to highlight that you can go turn this on right now in your tenant. So in the tenant settings, in the admin portal, there's a Copilot switch. Go turn it on, give it a try, give us your feedback. We're super excited to see what you build with Copilot, and more is coming here every day. So definitely give it a try, keep an eye on the blogs because a lot more is coming and we're super excited. So that was the quick whirlwind tour of Microsoft Fabric. But I did want to highlight one of the questions I get all the time is, how do I even get started? Where do I begin? And that's where the Microsoft Fabric Career Hub comes in. And we've created a career hub that allows you to get everything you need to get ramped up on Microsoft Fabric. You can learn from others, you can cram for the new certification, you can run practice tests, and then you can schedule the DP 600 exam, which is the brand new Microsoft Fabric Analytics Engineer certification. So I hear a lot from customers saying, wow, there's so much here, there's so much to do, I don't even know where to get started. This is exactly how you get started. So please check out the Fabric Career Hub. We'd love to see you in one of these events. There's a lot of recorded events, there's live events. Many of our MVPs are deeply involved in these trainings. So we're super excited about this program and can't wait to see you all certified and working on Microsoft Fabric. And another amazing learning opportunity for you all. We are doing our first ever Microsoft-sponsored Fabric Community Conference. This is the first ever event. It's going to cover Fabric, Power BI, AI, databases, Purview, everything you want to know all in one place, well over 100 sessions from the product team, from MVPs, from customers that are using Fabric today. So please register. We can't wait to see you in Las Vegas. You can use this coupon code to get $100 off if you register today. So there's a lot to do. If you haven't tried out Fabric, you can get started with a free trial right now. Visit the Fabric Career Hub to figure out how to get access to all these learning resources and get certified on Microsoft Fabric. And then, of course, join us in Las Vegas for the Microsoft Fabric Community Conference. We're so excited, and thank you so much for having me at Data Toboggan. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.